recap for those who weren't here, and for those who arrived in the last 7 or 8 seconds of last session. Good old Dave. The gathering of the nations of Halingh occurred. It was the day when everyone was due to arrive, and for the most part, everyone that was expected did arrive. A couple of people were late. This includes the group from... sorry, Sundancer, what was the name of your nation again?
It's Eden.
Eden, that's right. Including the delegate from Eden. Was a little bit waylaid. But the biggest missing nation, or the most obviously missing nation, was that of the Dao'n. They were expected to show and didn't. The welcoming feast continued in their absence, but was interrupted when Veve, the fantastic, not quite a shardmind, because I'm bad at things, was about to make a speech welcoming everyone when there was a commotion from the main gates, and it turned out it was a survivor of the Dao'n delegation that was attacked. He claimed that soldiers from Dao'n, or wearing the insignia of Dao'n, attacked and killed most of the delegation. He only managed to escape by hiding and running here to alert the rest of you. Veve asked for volunteers to go and find out the truth of this, and you guys all fantastically volunteered. Upon arriving, you found a site where a caravan of some sort had been destroyed. It's at the location that the guy gave you the attack was, but you found no sign of any bodies, Dao'n or otherwise. You did find the trail of someone that had scarpered from the caravan, and it led to a crevice where you found a snapped rope leading down into the darkness below. When you pulled the rope and tried to have a look down, you guys were attacked by a group of elemental wildling beasts. They almost wrecked your ship, but you guys overcome and fought them down. And then I believe we finished up as after all the excitement had died down, you guys were met up by JP Deaders, and we can thankfully say everyone else who wasn't here last time is accompanying JP Deaders from the place, the gathering. There's sort of the second group of people sent out to check if that makes sense and gets everyone in. So those of you who did not introduce yourself last session because you either weren't here or came late, as the two groups collide at the site of this attack, basically atop the crevice that goes down to the dark, where when you shone some light down, you'd seen nothing, but once the attack was over, you heard someone calling up from the bottom, and that's pretty much where we cliffhanged it. So as the second group arrives, who do we see? It'll be JP, Sundance, and I think Divyath. You weren't there last week, were you?
No, I was there. I almost died.
Ah, right.
Divyath was there. He got hurt really badly.
Who was the one that...
He got...
It's okay, you can stay on.
Ah, it was just Sundancer and JP.
Yeah, I was going to say it would have been Sundancer and JP, I think.
Oh, for some reason ahead of my head it was 3. Oh, cool. So just the two of you then. Sundancer and JP turn up. So let's start with Sundancer.
Why don't we start with JP? He's the more noticeable guy.
Good point. Good point. All right, we'll start with JP.
You're just a lunch.
All right. So JP is a rather immaculately dressed skeleton. He's accompanied by another skeleton as an envoy, and he's an attorney who's here on behalf of the Returned Council of Rathov. They kind of, I'm not sure if they were invited because everybody kind of thought they weren't really around anymore, but, they heard about, another couple countries considering, thinking about wiping themselves out, so they thought maybe might pay to show up and try and convince them that, well, it hasn't really worked out so well for us, you might want to reconsider that.
All right. And so based on the picture, JP's very obviously undead, I'm assuming.
Yes, he's undead. He's a revenant in terms of the class thing, but yeah. Basically, one of the weird things about Rathov is that occasionally when people die, they don't stop moving after they die. They seem to stick around. Nobody's really quite sure why.
So there are still living people in Rathov?
I think there are. Yeah, I'm looking at the notes now here. There is a
They don't
there is a
die,
small
they just become
population of
skin
living.
impaired.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
They don't die, they just become skin impaired.
Yeah, there is a small portion of living people, but it seems like we've got less than 2,000 living, population of dead 20k plus. I think
those numbers are completely arbitrary. You can change them as you see fit.
Yeah, I think Rathov is trying to get some more, living people back into the place, but it kind of has a reputation as being a cursed wasteland with good reason. So yeah, recruitment's tough.
All right, fantastic. Is JP obviously not right this second, but did JP arrive at the gathering with any sort of entourage? Any people with him? Just for my completeness.
Probably the one person there, which is another skeleton who appears to be a lady. I'm guessing, judging from the wig. But yeah, that seems to be the only person he arrived with.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so alongside JP Ditters arriving at this site of the attack, Sundancer. What does everyone see?
Okay, you see fluttering about around the skeleton's head is a small red blip. You could hardly notice it at first, but you suddenly realize it's an actual living being who's chattering excitedly with the skeleton. You can catch glimpses of phrases such as farmland, population, immigration, policy. And you notice that the voice speaking from this little blip is surprisingly deep for being that teeny tiny. So that's Sundancer. In terms of appearance, well, you can't really see his face clearly because he's so small, but just imagine he's got like fairy face, fairy eyes, and fairy hair.
All in a fairy-sized package.
Exactly. So think if Tinkerbell was male and she wore red, then that would be Sundancer.
And had James Earl Jones's voice instead of Julia Roberts.
Yeah, sure.
Like an elf, but tinier and more annoying.
So in the setting, it's I wrote down that Eden was like a desert land, and the people there are nomads, and they're looking to establish relations and try and get their people out of there, and also try to restore the land. So they've struck up a sort of I don't know, they've had negotiations with Rathov because recently Rathov has been trying to get people to come settle in their land. So that's why Sundancer was bothering JP about that.
And JP would definitely be quite interested and be saying, things are pretty good now. Like, it's only about 1 in 100 farm animals turn into, horrible beasts when they're born. Haven't had a blood rain in like years. Things are looking pretty good now.
Oh, that sounds promising.
The only question is, do you have conservationists who are concerned about the lack of blood rain?
Kind of. I think most people are kind of glad it's gone. I mean, when you go and put out your whites and your laundry on the line and it rains blood, it just ruins everything.
They don't think that the overuse of magic is leading to some sort of global clotting?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to. right, so
Let's be fair. It wasn't any worse than what I wrote, but still.
what did you write? Eden, right, yeah, no, mine was like a whole nother level. Come on, man. All right, so as they arrive, you guys basically fill them in that you decided to come along and check everything out for yourself as well. That is your prerogative of PCs in this world. Um, so you catch up, and I'll assume that you guys fill each other in. Just consider that the information that you've gathered to this point is shared, which is everything that I covered in the preamble. Yeah, you have followed tracks to a hole, fought off some elemental beasties, and now there's a voice down the hole calling out for your help. The rope that led down snapped about halfway, but I think you guys are in the middle of talking about some of you had rope with which to tie up and drop down and pull this person up.
I have 50 feet of rope.
All right.
I cast
Sounds
light
good.
on the rope.
Kennika's pretty beefy. She'll help hold it.
I mean, we already have. Do we already have light on something?
It's just floating in the air above the thing at the moment. So I'm going to cast it on the rope so that it glows as it goes down, so it's visible.
Is no one gonna ask what the hell those things were? The dust things?
Local wildlife.
Well, Deviath was going to because he hates them now, but
Anyone who wants to can either roll a nature or a history to try and identify these elemental things.
Even those of us that weren't there.
Well, yes, you might
Did
know
they
from their
leave-
description.
Did they leave remains, or did they just like sort of vanish into like a puff of smoke or something?
The orangey picture ones, they became nothing. The grey ones, they became just chunks of rock on the ground.
Steal that rock and use it to make weapon.
do I get a bonus to this because I'm an elemental origin?
Absolutely, give yourself a +5.
Okay, so that's 18 plus 5, so that's 23.
Sweet. If you want to add a modifier before a roll, just under your chat bar, there's a little modifier box with a 0 in it. If you click on that and type in any number, it'll modify the next roll. Just for future. So 23 and 24 and 21. Yeah, you guys know some shit. You know that So-and-Seen, a nation where the primary magic is psionic. The land itself is also prone to, I guess, nature forming psionic elementals. Just the force of nature itself giving life to things that would otherwise not survive anywhere else. These creatures aren't unheard of throughout Halingh, but also in more particular in other areas like So-and-Seen. It is rare, however, to find so many and for them to be so focused like an attack group. Generally, they are sort of warded to an area. They will have an area of land that they are beholden to, basically. And it's odd that there were so many in one place and they came to attack you rather than acted defensively. So.
This wouldn't be like controlling creatures like that. That wouldn't be in like what you'd typically think of. Like that wouldn't be part of sort of Dao'n's ballpark of abilities either, would it?
No, it's not really something you would have ever heard of. People are able to summon and control elemental creatures, but it's not something any particular nation or group is known for.
Someone may have been riling up the local wildlife, but all the same, I'd like to see what our survivor has to say.
Seems like a good way to cover tracks. Anyway, I have dark vision, and I have a 50-foot rope, and I've tied it off, and I'm probably going to climb down and see what I can see.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stare at the pixie floating around the skeleton's head because I'm just having the weirdest day.
Yeah, it's
Never seen a pixie necromancer before.
What? No,
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Oh, Divia's
Um,
disconnected. Divia's back.
And
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Sorry, JP, did you say something?
I was just going to say, while this is going on, yeah, JP would probably be, excitedly going to try and shake hands with everybody and, go, oh, pleased to meet you. JP Ditters, Esquire. At your service. Blah, blah. Sort of all the introductory stuff.
Yeah, all of
Although
your
you said
titles.
we've kind of already done that, haven't we?
I mean, yeah, but I like the idea that he goes back and he does it again.
Yeah.
Just to remind everyone. So I'm met you all
While
as a group,
spinning in
but now I'm
place.
meeting you all individually. JP Ditters Esquire.
They're like trying
Starts
to shake
handing
my
out
left
business
hand.
cards.
My right
What
hand
color
still
are
got,
his
like,
business cards?
So, the
Red due to the blood rain.
going down the hole. Sorry, who was that? Voice is still learning.
Nazreem.
Nazreem, that was it. Okay, so as you're getting lower down the hole, your eyes, you've got dark vision, so you can sort of see what's going on. In the shadows down below, you see a man, sort of sitting down but curled over somewhat. And as you get closer, you can hear that he is the source of the cries for help. It's a rather aged-looking man with feathers and leaves throughout his hair, and resting on his shoulder, just inquisitively looking at you as you come down the rope, you see a scruffled bird. This bird has on its wings drops of blood. Hang on one sec. You see drops of
Goddamn
red. The bird
druids.
itself doesn't seem particularly wounded, but as you get closer and closer, you see the man is heavily wounded. He's holding a quite bad stomach wound, which is bleeding quite heavily. You get closer and closer, and you get down to the bottom of the crevice, and he looks up and he says, "Please, is there anything you can do to help me?" And he sort of lifts up his hand to show you the blood that stains his fingers and palm. They tried to kill me.
We got a bleeder up here. Anyone well versed in healing, or at least more well versed than me? I've got bandages.
I am. I'll come down straight away.
I'll help tie the rope to something.
All right. So yeah, you guys work together, and a couple of you managed to get down. So who is that was going to try and heal this man?
That was Kennick that is going down there.
Fantastic. And how are you going to try and heal him? Do you have magics or some ability? Or are you just going to roll a heal check?
Well, yeah, she'll roll a heal check to at least appraise his situation before using any magics.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it.
All right, perfectly average, I suppose.
Very, very perfectly fine. So yeah, you assess this man who, as you get a view, I can share what he looks like now.
Goddamn hippie druid.
Goddamn happy druid. His wound
He
is
doesn't have antlers. That is so cute.
yeah.
Hmm.
His wound is, as you expected, quite bad. However, it is not beyond your abilities to at least patch up to the point where you could safely transport him. And you can do so without needing to expend anything. Yeah, maybe it takes 10 to 15 minutes to patch up his stem is bleeding, put in some herbs or whatever it is you have or use to, I don't know if you just shout close his wounds. You just get him able to move. He sort of pulls himself to his feet after a bit. He says, "Thank you, but I'm quite a heavy man, and I can't imagine myself climbing up that hole. Is there anyone up there that could drag me up on the end of that rope?"
Does he weigh more than 20 pounds?
I wave down the hole.
And
We got a
you're
fair
quite
few
large,
people,
aren't you?
We'll probably be okay.
He nods. "Then please, I would appreciate assistance." And he moves over towards the rope and gives it a quick tug, and then wraps it around his forearm and says, "I'll see you topside." And you guys pull him up. I mean, there's shitloads of you. He's just a person. You pull him up to the top, and as he gets to the surface, he introduces himself as Inter Dao'n, the very man you expected from Dao'n to arrive at the peace talk.
Mm-hmm.
Good. The important one survived.
God damn it, the hippie druid survived. Why does it always have to be the druid?
Because druids are excellent, man.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
into Dao, forgive my bluntness, but can you shed any light on what happened to you?
He shakes his head. I can tell you what I saw, but I don't know if it sheds any light. We were attacked by soldiers bearing battle standards of Dao'n, but that doesn't make any sense. It just...
And why is that?
Well, I'm sure even you can appreciate that such an action would only unite all of us against Dao'n. They're not exactly in a position to be making enemies with all of Halingh again.
For sure. I was just curious if there was any unique circumstances.
He shrugged. There was something else, but
But
I mean, there's no body, so I can't be sure. It was just an inkling I had.
Karen's gonna introduce herself as envoy from Cadassus.
He sticks forth his hand to shake.
Could you describe how they looked in as much detail as you could?
Do you ignore his outstretched hand? Just go straight to
No,
the
of
question.
course not.
Just check. He says, well, heavily clad, heavily armored. It's a strange feeling. I feel like they were too much trying to give the impression that they were from Dao'n. But I don't know. Are you familiar with the warriors of Dao'n?
Out of character, yeah, she would, due to them trying to vassalize most of Sidon.
Yeah. So he says, I could have sworn, maybe not all of them, but at least some of them were men. Dao'n's fighting force is almost entirely female. I don't understand.
Did you hear any of them speak? Could you, get any hint of an accent of any of them?
He shakes his head and he says, no, there was very little talking. There was someone, definitely female, atop a horse, calling for us to lay down our arms, but they'd already hacked half of us down. The rest were just... They didn't even have a chance. It was almost like a joke. Like they were goading us.
So you're saying they look military, not tribal?
He nods.
Were you attacked by any of those horrible dust creatures as well?
He raises an eyebrow. No.
No.
we were a moment ago.
Is that the fighting I heard?
It was, yes. We were ambushed by a number of elemental creatures. Nothing out of the usual for the area, but definitely strange for a group of animals to get together and attack us like that.
I did think, for a moment, I heard the sonic burst of a couple of the plains dogs, but I don't know. I just assumed it was some weapon, maybe Raktar. That is strange. Perhaps we should make our way to safety.
Yeah, speaking of Raktar, we should get back to the delegation, I think. The envoy of Raktar, as you can see, is not with us, and seemed, well, I shouldn't say anything, but I think it might be best that we get back to the delegation.
Yeah. The two of us that arrived late, did we see him being up to anything shady? from the recording, he did seem to give off a pretty shady vibe.
Who was that? Sorry.
The Raktahar delegate.
Um,
Yeah, was he doing anything much when me and Sundancer wandered in?
Nothing noticeable. Nothing that would make you feel uneasy. That's not to say he's fine, or not to say he's completely innocent, or not to say he's a baddie, but nothing happened behind the scenes that would make you think otherwise.
I think Kanika's not just particularly disposed to trust a lordly arms dealer.
I mean,
Largely.
trusting an arms dealer in general.
like
I
that.
mean, he was kind of a jerk, but
Like the tensions between Dao and Raktar is like one of the main reasons for these talks in the first place, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's probably not that surprising that he didn't really go out of his way to find out what happened to the Dao delegation, whether he had anything to do with it or not.
Who knows, eh? But at the mention of Raktar, Inter does, seem to want to hurry back to the talks, back to the gathering. All right. So unless there's anything else you guys want to do around here, anything else you want to check out, anything you want to investigate before heading back, let me know. Otherwise, we'll start moving back.
We did give the
you
site
said-
a quick once-over beforehand, right?
Yes, you guys did sort of check out all the scene and pretty much got everything you feel like you could have out of the battle site.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm bad at looking at things, but yes.
Into Dao, is there anything else around here that you wanted to look at or check for before we take off?
He looks around and he says, I see no signs of my people's bodies. If we come across any tracks hinting where they might be, I would like to recover them. But otherwise, let's leave this forsaken road.
That was what I was going to ask. So there's no way of us tracking, where the carts went.
I mean, most of the carts are still here. There was the tracks leading.
They loaded the bodies up onto at least one cart.
At least
though,
one thing, which, well, they ended at a point. Whether that was cart or not was unclear, but there was no tracks leading anywhere.
Safe bet the elemental dogs probably wiped out the traces.
As you suggest that, he sort of nods and he says, then their energies are back in the lands, and I can ask for no better.
Don't start jumping with joy too far. They might have been mixed up with Dao'n.
He shakes his head. Let us leave. So, as you guys start moving away, JP did his, we hope to solve legal issues. Perhaps if you'd like to sue Dao'n.
Yeah. In fact, JP will probably be trying to interest this Jordan. If you want to launch a case against the people that did this to you, I'd be quite happily represent you. Blah blah blah.
I saw the accident, Inter. I saw it with my own eyes.
His
Sure, we
prices
could
are
get
that
quite the
cheap.
settlement from these people.
Are you the victim of an accident that wasn't your fault? Whatever you do, call JP Dennis.
No win, no fee.
Oh,
what
no.
is the pre-modern version of an ambulance? Because he's chasing.
Corpse wagon?
There we go. Perfect.
It makes sense with JP Dennis. I mean, half the people on the wagon are actually just, future clients.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh god, that would be the worst fucking idea for a necromancer character. Reviving people so he can defend them in court.
Hey, do you remember who killed you? Well, have I got just the business proposition for you?
Speak with
Yeah,
dead. They have to
Just gotta
tell the
spit him up
truth.
again.
I mean, it sort of reminds me of pushing daisies, so it can't be all bad.
I mean, at least half the joke here is literally that JP Dennis exists in a legal system where 90% of it is hiring adventurers to hunt down and murk your ass.
That's a good point.
Liviath doesn't even really understand the concept of legal issues.
Sorry, I'm just fiddling with an image. Won't be a second. Certainly not getting a map ready for anything at all.
Of course not. I mean, why would you?
Seems like a weird thing to do. So, as you guys are traveling along the road towards the city and so on scene, which the name I've completely forgotten, but I did have a name for it, didn't I? Something Star. Where's it gone? Jane Star, that's the one. Yeah, as you're heading back towards Jane Star, everyone's scouting. Is everyone just cruising along the road? What's the plan of travel here? How are you guys traveling?
Bounding Overwatch.
So one of you goes forward, does Overwatch, the next one moves forward, does Overwatch, XCOM 2 styles.
I mean, don't we have the horses that we came in on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I figured we'd just take the road that we came back on.
I just
Yeah.
mean, are you traveling as a group, or is someone going ahead, or is someone staying behind? Is there any way you're traveling that's unusual in any manner?
Well, considering the delegation from Dao'n got attacked, I'd say it's better we stayed as a group.
Yeah,
Perhaps with
probably
a single outrider, but yes.
Okay, so as you guys traveling along the road, you come across something strange.
In the neighborhood?
When it's something strange.
I've just totally hijacked your game, haven't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have said that anyway, but yeah.
Laying in the middle of the road is a person. Doesn't stir when you approach. Appears to be lying down, perhaps dead, perhaps unconscious. It is unclear.
Perhaps a trap.
JP will.
Were they
definitely head
here
up.
when we rode in?
They were not. You may have noticed them back then.
Well, that's creepy.
Yeah. Sorry. Don't move, JP. Put yourself back.
So, which one of us wants to be the bait who gets jumped on?
You guys
No.
can put yourself anywhere in this yellow square, and the body you see is right there. Oh, sorry, right there on the ground. Like everyone's like at the bleeding edge.
Good Euro?
I want to roll a perception check.
Something you want to tell us?
Yes.
Well, I mean, everybody's, you know,
Oh, never mind.
I'll probably wander up because I mean, well, he's either dead or he's not.
I'm gonna.
either way, it's a potential client.
Exactly.
God damn it.
I'm gonna watch his back because the chances of this
Yeah,
being in
same.
ambush are pretty good.
Yeah, I would like to ready a witch bolt.
I've already dismounted.
Okay, as you guys are being relatively weary, could I please get a perception? Excuse me, a perception check rolled into the tower from each of you. Also, welcome to Bodily Functions, the game. So Diviath, to roll in the tower, down in the bottom right next to the tokens button, there's a little castle icon, or tower icon. Just drag and drop the dice roll into that. Perfect.
What does the tower do?
So it hides the result from yourself and shows the result to me.
Okay, and you wanted a roll from everyone in the square?
Everyone in this area. Oh, you guys are all sneaking out the bloody square, aren't you? Okay. So,
Yeah.
as JP moves forwards to this person, Karen Absalon, Gojira, and Sundancer, each of you are distracted, or rather, your attention is grabbed. Gojira, your attention is pulled this way, to that rock up there.
Interesting.
Sundancer, you see a rock just fall off the rocks down there. And Karen Absalon, you believe you hear some scuffling down the rock there. As JP moves closer to this body, which has a cloak over his head, JP, you get within, well, basically where you are now, within a few steps, and you hear what you're sure is a soft laugh coming from the body on the ground.
Hello, good sir. Are you by any chance in need of any medical and / or legal assistance? We can avail you with either of those should you need it. Name's JP Ditters.
JP?
And I'll just sort of start to shake the body.
I'm just in the background. Don't worry about me.
All right. So I look around at the rest of the group and see if anybody else has noticed anything weird about these rock formations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try to subtly let everyone know about what I think might be something behind a rock. Just like trying to get everybody's eye contact.
And just
although
like
it's hard
giving
doing
the
that.
little raised eyebrow head nod thing, like
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Karen's probably gonna try and sneak up behind the rock too.
Okay. Before you guys start moving, fortunately, enough of you noticed something going on that you're not caught by surprise as the body on the ground leaps upright, and in a flash, JP, you notice that he's got a dagger just outstretched towards you. He looks somewhat like that, except without the city below. And then, as he steps forth, Karen and Kinnick, you see from the rock to the south a couple of people moving amongst the stones, dressed somewhat like this.
Friends of yours?
I ready a witch bolt. Can I just hit him with that?
I'm going to get initiative rolled in a second, but we'll come to that in a sec. And the last up to the north. What picture did I use of that guy? On the way. It's disappeared. Guys, I prepared the art, but the art is gone. Gah.
Also,
Maybe
is
you weren't
is
trying
he
hard
out,
enough.
or is he like wandered off?
Sorry.
Is Inta down with us, or has he wandered off?
He is. He's just non-combatant at the moment. He's only fit for
He's not
traveling.
really in a position to keep fighting. He did
Yeah.
take a sword to the stomach.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with like, oh, well, we were trying to fight the bad guys. He
Okay. No, consider
like,
that he's there. He's just not represented on the map because he's not fighting currently.
Okay, works for me.
Okay, I don't know where the picture's gone. So, yeah, you see that guy, and then you see from the rocks above a group of about 4 or so impish-looking creatures. They're maybe the size of a goblin or an imp, but they are wearing fully masked faces. In fact, with the exception of the person standing in front of you with his dagger out, JP, everyone around's face is obscured. But now that they've sort of broken the facade, you notice that there is at least a handful of people around the rocks. Can I please get everyone to roll initiative for me? Ooh, those are some good rolls, guys.
Damn it.
For most people.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic a little bit. Now, the man in front of you and the people you can see, on their chest is the emblazoned insignia of Dao'n. JP, from up this close, you can see that this looks like it has just been recently splashed on with paint. It does not look like the uniforms themselves were ever made with the Dao'n markings. However, these things have all identified themselves as Sedonite. So,
Alright, so initiative was rolled, so I'm going to go ahead and use my EI Jutsu.
yep, your little move shift thing.
Yes, exactly. And then I am going to have a +2 attack power bonus against this guy. I guess.
Cool. Mage's 3.
Does any of them seem to be an obvious commander type?
So far, no. None of them stand out. None of them fit the description of the commander that you were described by Inter as well. Someone's mic is open. I can't hear myself coming
not
through.
The guy covered in sand is clearly the brains of the operation.
obviously. I'm not saying like the specific commander from earlier, just who's like the person who seems to be in charge here.
No, no one yet looks like they're in charge.
Okay.
Okay, so first up, there is no surprise round. They did not manage to surprise your group. Thanks to some lucky rolls, you guys just won the group stealth or group perception check.
Thanks to people who aren't me.
And actually, Connect, you were one of the successes.
Oh.
And Nazreen, you're able to react first. As this guy leaps forward, what do you do?
First action, Hellish Rebuke.
What a
Red
start.
drawing.
Does the readied witch bolt go off prior to the battle starting, or?
That's a good point. Yeah, so let's say that goes off now. So just Nazreen, finish this up, and then we'll let the witch bolt go off.
Rip.
Rip that guy.
Whoops. Hang on.
I think you broke him.
Okay. That's not so great for my move, but I'm gonna move. Up over here, and then I'm gonna use Call of Challenge. meaning each of those are marked by me until end of turn. They're subject to my design sanction.
All right.
And that's going to be my turn.
Okay. So the readied attack can go off now as well.
The ready attack was against him, and now he's dead. So,
Ah.
So I guess like he jumps up, gets owned by Nazrim. He's like, oh, okay.
Just gets his dagger out, and before he has even a chance to move forwards, he's just obliterated. And it's fire too, so he would just incinerate. Goodbye.
Yeah, now the other three are all magically required to attack me in some way.
So I'm gonna charge mages too, because Geek the Mage.
Okay.
Just double checking my feet real quick, because I can't remember if they also have to be not adjacent to anyone.
Is that Cunning Stalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if they're by themselves.
Okay. So what way are they facing?
There is no facing in 4th edition.
All right. So how does flanking work then?
If your ally or their enemy is on the other side of them. And I have an image for what I treat as flanking. It's slightly different than the rules, but I'll reshare that once I find it. Chuck it in Discord for you.
I remember it.
Hey, so in Fantasy Grounds, how do you move the the center of the map?
You can middle click drag or use the little gold square on the bottom right and drag that around.
Oh man, middle click is so much more convenient.
Oh yes. Okay. So you slam into
God damn it,
the
I forgot to click sneak attack.
Just roll the d6 and I'll add it. $2d8, damn. So he's
Because
bloody.
Saba.
Yeah.
I could have used a. Anyway, done. If I can find the fucking combat tracker under all of this.
Sorry, yeah, sweet. Okay. As you charge down below the rock, behind the rock rather, this isn't actually against a wall, it's looking down, I'm bad at directions. These imp-like creatures from the top, which are totally imps, I don't even know why I'm pretending they're not, they leap down and they all come down to attack Sundancer and Divyeth. So I'm just going to move them all in one go since they're all on the same turn, or same initiative. So the first one, he is going to try and slash at the fairy. Now you're tiny as well, aren't you?
Yes.
They're tiny too.
Oh, they're tiny as well? Oh
yeah,
no.
they're teeny weeny. It's just little things fighting right now. Okay, so they slash what you think are swords or blades. However, you notice that they're actually just their tails whipped around their front, and they're sort of hacking at you with these barbs on the end. So they're going to try and attack you. First one is going to miss. Rip, you missed that one. Sad faces. The second one is going to attack Divya. And he is going to hit. So you take 6 points of damage, becoming bloodied. And he makes a secondary attack against you. As his tail blade stings into you, you take 5 ongoing poison damage and are slowed, save-ins both. And the first time you fail, shit's going to happen.
Oh, I hate this.
Alright, this one's going to attempt to attack you as well. And he hits. However, the effect does not double up. Yep, that's going to be him. And number 4, his second attack is going to go to Sundancer. God damn it. Alright.
So,
Looks like I'm just as hard to hit here as I am in the other game.
Yeah.
And now Gojira, as you're down here with these sort of cloaked types, you can see the crew of imps leap down upon your more helpless, or rather, your now looking more helpless group of friends above.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Give me a second, because I think I messed up the squares while I've been zooming in and out.
Ah, okay. Look right to me.
Sorry. Actually, you know what? It'll be easier if I do this. Hmm.
There's 3 empty squares between you and Sundancer, if that helps.
Just trying to decide if I want to charge one of the imps, or I've got a +2, but it's only against the hooded figure next to me.
Keep the mage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, I'm gonna bull charge, but without the charge part, just the bull. That was a hit.
Don't you need to move 2 squares to chat?
I don't need, like, it doesn't necessarily have, like, the attack itself doesn't have to be a charge. It's just called.
Oh,
that
right, that's
because
right. You
it
can just
be
use
charged.
that. Yeah, no, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So then, damage.
Yep. Alright, so you slam into the mage.
And then I'm going to attack him again with the second part of bull charge.
Okay, so he gets pushed 1 square, so he stops short. So yep, you're crushing him against the guy behind him right now.
Exactly. Cool. And so that will knock him prone.
Nice.
All right, so that was just my. I am not going to mark him. He is already marked. I am going to use my. He is knocked down. So I'm actually going to use my movement to walk away from him.
Okay.
Which I guess does provoke an opportunity attack, but he's got, what, like a minus something or other because he's prone.
Yeah, he'll have a minus to attack. Can you elect not to mark as a fighter? I thought yours one was just anyone you attack gets marked.
It's I can choose to mark anything that I attack.
Okay, cool.
Either, yeah.
Alright, so he's going to try and take his up attack, which isn't going to be great. Oh, yes it is.
Okay, cool. He's gonna take some damage for that.
He'll... Ooh, maybe he's still alive? Roll the damage. Oh, no, it's a reaction anyway, won't it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, no.
The sanction damage is just automatic.
Yeah. So his damage...
Oh, you just gave him a damage buff equal to your charisma.
Whoops.
Oh, I'll take that damage back.
My bad. I tried to program divine sanction damage. It's not great.
Make it into a blood, the little blood icon.
Yeah.
Add an attack effect. What is your charisma modifier?
4.
So for now, Spite, you can just put 7 radiant damage on the guy.
Yeah, he's still alive, unfortunately. So he is bloodied by that, however. Mage's 3. He is bloodied by that. And yeah, he deals 17 damage to Gojira. So Gojira, you can continue your move now.
All right. Then, let's see. That's 1, 2. Well, actually, yeah, I'm just going to move up to here.
Okay.
And, let's see. Yeah.
Divyev looks pretty worse for wear. Is there anything you can do to help him?
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Except
I'm a
you know,
fighter.
How many healers do we actually have in the group? Is it
Actually, about that, can I delay my turn until after Kinix?
Yes.
Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to.
I would like to do so.
Oh, just wait till your turn before you delay. Hang on. Interrupting Gojira's.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into the stance Reign of Steel.
Play.
Okay.
All right, and that's going to be the end of my turn.
Cool.
So let me pull the tracker up. Sorry, there's just so many windows.
No, that's fine.
Track
I'll skip that for you. If you at least vocalize to me that your turn has ended, that's fine too. So Divyath, you
cool.
can delay your turn. However, you will already be going unconscious because the damage ongoing happens when it would be your turn normally, not when you would choose to undelay it.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter then.
Yeah.
Because I'm unconscious.
Yeah. So you go down unconscious. You can roll a saving throw for your effect, and then a death saving throw, and then a saving throw for the effect afterwards.
So the way you're playing it is because I often play that effect, like save ends effects come off when you drop below 0. Is that not the case?
I have never not played it as they stay on. I could be wrong.
Yeah, fair enough. No, that's totally fine. I just want to know because it will determine what moves I make.
Okay.
Okay, that was the death throw. Succeeded.
All right, and now roll for the effect. I'll just put it back on. It's automatically removed it if you fail it.
Nope.
Okay, so I'll put that back on.
Oh.
Who did that come from again? That imps, isn't it?
Yep.
Actually, because you've fallen unconscious from that, that's it. You have now become unconscious for 1 hour until woken, or until you roll a save. So that effect finishes anyway. You're just asleep. So it's had its full effect. Okay.
Okay.
So Sundancer, your turn.
All right. So first, Sundancer is gonna clasp his hands together, mutter a few prayers, and you notice like a reddish sort of aura flares up from him. He's been blessed by Serifal, whoever that is. And then he will go ahead and take out his dagger and do a blistering attack on the imp in front of him. All right, that hits. Oh, I forgot to apply the effect of the blessing. Hang on. Whoops, my bad. It would have given them vulnerability to fire. Would this have changed any of that damage?
Their resist is actually set to 500, which is a mistake. So let me fix that. But yes, it will reduce their resistance by 5. So just remove that effect, and I will adjust their resistance because remember the vulnerability and resistance doesn't work correctly.
Right. So it's as
now,
if they don't have any resistance at
yes,
all, right?
He now takes the full 13 damage.
All right, great. So that gives me a bonus to melee attacks this round.
Okay.
Until the end of my next turn. And right after, I will Let's see. Use a action point, and I will light a fire under the imp. Oh, that missed. Unfortunate. But I will activate another aura under myself. Any enemy that starts the turn in the aura, it's an aura 1, takes fire damage.
You're lit as fuck.
Yep. And then I will use the movement technique of Blistering Flourish to. Oh, did I miss? Yeah, no, I didn't miss anything. I will move up to my speed. I will move over here through Gojira and Divya, and if the imps want to, they may take opportunity attacks against me. Although there are consequences for doing so.
They certainly are going to attack you.
Would only be M4, wouldn't it?
No,
M4
you're thinking of 5th edition rules. 4th edition,
Alright, yeah.
as soon as you leave the square, you get attacked.
So 4 is going to attack first. And he's going to hit.
So he'll take damage.
Okay. Then
Oh,
1
he still says resisted.
did you put that on all of them or just on...
It's on all of them. It's an aura 2.
Right. Okay, sorry. My mistake. I only put it on the 1. So I will adjust that now. Go ahead and redrag that damage on.
Sure.
Cool. And then number 1 is going to do the same. He's going to attack you. He's going to miss. Oh, and I need to roll damage from 4 as well. And then number 3 is also going to attack.
I think number 2 gets to attack me as well.
Are you moving in such a way, like you're coming down from there or something? Or are you moving?
I'm going through Gojira, through Divya, up here.
Okay, yep, he'll get an attack as well, and he will choose to take it. These things aren't clever. But he does get a hit out of it.
Oh, I am burned, but the fire also burns them.
Very nice. Okay.
Okay, and I will then use my Desert Wind Flurry of Blows to put some damage, put some hurt onto Desert Imp number 3. And since he's not the target of my attack, he also has a -2 to attack against me. And I believe that is my go.
Alright. So, Kinnick, you're up.
Okay, so I'm unclear. Is Divyev suffering from a effect or no?
No. No, the effect is removed because it's already completed what happens if it fails. So it's fine.
He's suffering the most important effect.
Yeah, because he failed the saving throw, which would make him, like, the effect would change to he is unconscious. And because he's unconscious, there's no effect on him anymore.
Oh, sure, fine. Okay, so it's daily time. So if I'm using a big AoE thing, how do I target folks again?
You can just control and left click on everyone you target.
All right. So, sorry, just looking at positioning myself. So, Kennick will move to there.
Okay.
And she will raise her sword high and evoke the rune of the undeniable dawn.
Alright. So close burst 3, very nice.
Yeah, just looking around. Sadly, can't get anyone else in incidentals. But So now I just click on the attack thing for my power?
Yep. Nice, got 2 crits in there.
All right, I like it. So then I just click on the damage once?
Yes.
And it'll understand that a couple are crits?
Yep. So the crits got wrecked for 22 damage, and the hits got wrecked for 13.
See what I mean about
Nice.
fantasy grounds?
All right, so I make a zone, and sorry, you're going to have to walk me through how to do that again.
So right click.
Oh, yeah, sorry. What zone are you trying to make?
So the rune of undeniable dawn. So it's this giant flash of light that comes out of her sword, and fucks up all the imps. And then that giant flash of light sort of lingers and lingers behind us this just glowing radiant aura kind of around the battlefield that is going to give us some bonuses to defense while we stand in it.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so the easiest way for that is holding shift and left and right clicking together and just dragging, and it'll make a square. And you want to make a size 7 square, which you can then drag to center it on yourself.
Okay.
That's the one. And then if you drag where the 7 is, yep, perfect.
All right. So while we are in that zone, we have a +2 bonus to all defenses. I believe it is a power bonus.
All right. So what you can do is you can target all of your allies. So up the top of the map, you'll see some buttons. There's a crosshair with a red line through it. If you click that, it'll clear all of your current targets. And then if you just...
We actually don't see it right now. You have to enable it for us.
it should be there.
Now I see
It
it.
is there now.
I just disabled and then enabled it again. Weird.
So then it was control, right? Control click on people?
Yes.
Just going to double check that it includes myself. It does. Yes, good.
You missed JP there.
Yeah. And then now on the power, if you double click the +2 power bonus.
The little dude.
Yep, that's the one. Perfect.
All right, cool. So that could last till the end of encounter. I'll need a sustained minor to keep it around, but for now, cool. We get a nice thing. And then I will, off that attack, I will enter the rune state of. It's not going to matter for this power, but it's going to matter for the healing I'm about to do. I'll do rune of destruction because I like to kill things.
Okay. So that's your turn. Yes, no, maybe.
Canik?
Oh, he just disconnected. Okay, we'll carry on. While he's getting back, he can add anything he needs to if he wants. Okay, so the Prowler. The Dao'n Prowler. Which one's still alive? Man, they're all fucked. Okay, so this is the one down by Karen and Nazarene. This one is going to leap straight at Nazarene. And as he does so, he brandishes a sword and attempts to hack Nazarene down. That's a hit.
Alright.
And he deals 7 points of damage.
Ow. On the other hand,
Oh, he
he
dies.
can have it back.
Rip.
So as his sword
See?
connects, he's just incinerated and dies.
The Prowlers really don't have a lot of health, do they?
They're minions.
My magic missile deals enough damage minimum to kill them.
Yep.
And it's auto hit.
Yep.
And I can cast 2 in the turn.
Rip minions. Okay, this Prowler here, he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this zone, covering his eyes from the bright light of Kinnick, and he is going to slash at JP Deaders. And he's going to hit. And
Not the
deal
suit.
7 points of damage. Okay, JP, you take a hit. You're going to die, motherfucker. You're going to die.
He's already dead.
And as he does, he then shifts 1, 2 squares as a minor action. Because he's awesome like that. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to move to here and then charge JP.
Sorry, did my healing on the wizard not work?
You did disconnect and no healing has come through. So if you have some heals to do, just chuck it on him now.
Okay, it looks like my +2... So I did a heal with the runic state of destruction. So I think it looks like my +2 to attacks worked on everyone.
Yes, those have come up, but the heal hasn't.
Heal hasn't. Okay, I will do that now.
Okay. The mages, they're still alive. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So this magus over by the rock, he's going to lift his hand, and as a booming voice comes out from his cloak, you realize that not only are the guys that are the prowlers guys, but also these maguses are definitely guys too. This one lifts his hand, utters a word towards Nazreen, and Nazreen, what was that within? Yeah, easy within 10. A blast of necrotic energy shoots out towards you, and it's going to hit you.
God damn it, why do mages always have to do fortitude?
He's going to deal 19 points of damage, of which you resist 7. Very nice. And you grant combat advantage and take ongoing 5 necrotic damage. Sabians both.
Got it.
Now, does that include? Is that included there? Sorry, you should have also... I forgot, so I'm not going to put it on. I'll do that on the next Magus' turn. So, Magus number 2, he's going to shift away. He's going to shift
How
again.
rude.
Do you have anything that punishes shifts, Karen?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
I wish I did.
This Hand of Blight is going to come out again as well. Blast towards you, and it's going to hit.
Wait, hang on. At Karen Absalon? Okay.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yep. So now, because this is using an implement keyword, it's going to deal an extra 6d6 damage. Ooh, good rolls.
Ow.
And you grant combat advantage.
He also dies.
Ooh, he does too. Blah. He's dead. Also, before he died, I think you resist that anyway. Yeah. You each take 2 necrotic damage when he casts his spell. But then he dies and he's dead. Rip that guy. And now it is number 3. Number 3 is going to see what happened to that guy when he ignored Nazreen. And he is going to not ignore Nazreen. But he is going to miss.
I want to stand up.
He's panicking.
Yeah. Then he's just going to scrabble to his feet fearfully. And yeah, that's going to be his turn, I believe. Think he's got any minor actions? Nah, he doesn't. JP Deaders.
I'd like to think that all this time he's been fishing around in his pocket for another card to give the assailant. Then he looks up and sees all hell's broken loose. I is going to cast a Hound of Dark Omen on this mage number 3.
Okay.
So we'll do that for a start. All right, and since somebody's died within 5 squares of me, I also get to do a Dark Reaping, which means he'll also get a bit of extra damage. So for a start, Hound of Dark Omen. Okay. I guess never mind on the Dark Reaping.
Efficient.
Oh, but now as a free action, since I've reduced a creature to 0 hit points, I can shift 3 squares. So if it's a shift, there's no opportunity attacks, right?
Correct.
So I guess I'll shift there. So that's as a free action. And yeah, I guess I'll make that do. Since I've moved 3 squares from where I started, I also get concealment due to my shadow walk.
Sweet. You will, however, lose Kinnick's effects from leaving his zone. You happy to do that?
I might
I
go.
think it's defenses and some damage bonus. Oh yeah, cool.
Right. Okay. So I'll go there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this
and
can
I'll
stay
gain
up.
concealment.
Very nice. So, do you have an effect for concealment? Or do you want me to chuck it on for you?
No, I don't. I'll probably need to set one up.
Yeah, just all caps CONC you can put on yourself, but I'll chuck it on for you now.
You're a binder, right, JC?
Correct.
JP? Do you have the cloud site utility power?
I do not. What does that do?
Oh, wait, no, that's a different pack boon. Never mind.
Okay, Nazreem, you're up.
Okay. First action, I'm gonna move. Let's see if this works the way I think it does. Well, okay, it kind of works the way I think it does. So I use Otherwind Stride to hit, or attack at least, both of the Parallas.
Okay, one of them is killed.
I teleport 5 squares.
Alright, where are you teleporting to?
Gonna teleport to there,
Alright.
and then I'm gonna action point. I'm going to Warlock's Curse the imp number 4.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Valorous Smite.
I love that attack.
Aww. Well, nothing happens because I missed.
Rip.
But that's okay. I'm now standing next to a bunch of people.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, so I roll a saving throw.
Yep. Okay, so
Nope.
you still got the damage. Okay, Karen, you're up. The southern end of the map is cleared of mages.
A melee basic attack is just versus AC, right?
Correct.
And then just dex plus, weapon plus dex.
Yeah, everyone gets their melee training, so you'll be able to use dex.
Actually, It's really hard to see squares in this map.
Oh, really?
It's a little difficult if you're not up close.
I think it's just because it's so uniform, I guess.
There. Like, I can see the vertical lines, but not the horizontals.
Try it at that view, and I'm sorry everyone else I just forced.
If I zoom in, I can see them, but not otherwise. Weird.
Oh, weird.
Don't worry about
Anyway.
games 1 and 3. Those guys are probably might die at the start of their turn.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get some get this last mages to talk. So I'm not gonna do lethal damage to it.
Okay.
This is probably speaking out of turn here, but I do have a daily ability that does dominate. Now, is that just a purely combat thing, or can we use it for like getting them to talk as well?
I mean, if you use it last, that probably ends the combat with them still dominated, and then we just knock them out, I guess.
In terms of out of combat, probably isn't gonna make them open up on anything hugely. If you use an encounter power as part of the convincing them to do it, then I might give you like a +5 or +10. If you're weakening their mind, but it's not going to be you choose for them to tell you everything, because if you're telling them to do something, you can't tell them to do something you don't know.
That's cool.
Like if you say,
So yeah.
tell us where the enemies are, he'll go, where the enemies are, as opposed to, actually telling you what you want to know. I'm happy to be convinced otherwise, but after the game, if people want things to work different.
So, I kind of want to make sure this succeeds because I love this little dagger. But these mages probably don't have much in AC, do they?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's probably going to be fine.
You gonna make the attack?
I'm just going to use... Oh, you did that with an MBA on. So I'm using the Phase Strike dagger as a ranged attack. How do you do it? It's half of dex, right? If I want to
Yes.
use... How do I do that on this thing?
Just click before the dex box. It's like a little blank space, and you'll see 2 times and a half appear.
Ah.
Nice.
But that's not the special thing. I'm gonna do Phase Strikes daily.
Ooh.
Which teleports him next to me.
So it's a get over here dagger.
Yes.
Okay, so it was Magus 1, so he's flipped over to you.
Do you have car advantage on him from cutting stalker?
Yes, I do now.
He will now.
Which is why I'm gonna action point. Yeah, fuck it, let's taste them. Because fuck yeah. Ah fuck, I forgot sneak attack again.
Oh, and you bloodied him.
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes another 10. He is so close to death, it's not funny.
And he stays.
Okay. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Don't really think there's anything else I can do, so yes.
Alright. So, the imp. At the
Right,
start.
at the start of his turn,
Man.
he gets lit on fire.
How much? Yep, he did. As is the next one. Ah, no, sorry. As is number 3, if you do that again, probably.
He also gets lit on fire at
Okay.
number 2.
This one, he's not quite dead. Oh, Rain of Steel? What does that do?
Rain of Steel. That's my stance that I got into on the first
If
one.
they start their turn adjacent to him, they take damage.
Jesus. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's dead.
We're basically a meat grinder, a bad idea.
Oh, you did do that to number 3, though, before it was his turn. But that's alright, he's going to die on his turn anyway. Number 2 is not adjacent to you, so he just takes the 6 damage from Sundance. So he is still alive, thankfully. And he is going to try and stab at... He's not marked? No, he's not marked. He's going to try and stab at Sundance. It's going to hit. He bloodies you, and then a secondary attack goes against you. Hey!
Oh dear.
Okay. There was no critical effect. Sad face. But because it's not a damaging attack, nothing special happens.
Alright, Sundancer's armor is going to flare up and immediately lets him make a saving throw against the effect.
Ooh, okay.
The flow form armor is so nice, isn't it?
Oh, nice.
Like,
Okay.
it's a bit boring, but it's really useful.
And
That reminds me.
the imp is going to vanish. He becomes invisible. And
Rude.
then he is going to shift.
That's rude.
He's going to shift to here. He does not have enough actions to hide, however. So he is just invisible. Not hidden. It just means he's really hard to hit. Number 4 is going to take that damage from Sundancer.
Oh, no, he needs to be within melee range of me.
Oh, okay, right. Alright, well this one is going to try and attack Nazreen. And he's going to hit.
If you weren't already cursed, I'd curse you.
And a secondary attack hits as well. Give me
Oh,
1
no.
point damage. And then he is going to... He's going to move 3, 4, 5 to here.
Okay, so I get an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Oh, wait, no. I already used my immediate reaction. Never mind.
Oh, no, opportunity attacks are not immediate reactions. They are tracked separately. You get 1 op attack every turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do... Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Nice hit. Alright. And it's going to be his turn. Kajira, you're up.
All right.
So the mage just starts in range of you?
Yes, he does start within one of you, so you can probably just beat up that. Oh wait, no, it's on his turn when he starts his turn.
Oh, right, yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, what
I might be able to deal with them. I can cast sleep.
I'm not worried about this Magus.
Okay.
In fact,
We can
what
just
I'm
specify.
actually
Yeah, there's so many people before them.
So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to charge the invisible one because I watched his footsteps. I know where he is, but even if I can't necessarily see him.
Okay.
And then, let's see. That is my charge. And then it is a melee basic attack. Still managed to connect.
Nice.
So you
Even
just
with
keep
invisible.
going until you hit something.
Yeah, basically. No, it doesn't even look like I ran up to him or anything. I just took one really long step and sliced him.
Just a shimmer in the air and blood is suddenly splashed around as the imp dies.
Yep, just sliced in half. Okay, that's the end of my turn because I charged.
Okay, alright. I want to... I could cast Sleep, but that's going to hit everyone. It could turn really bad for us.
We can generally, if we're worried about just taking him down without killing him, you generally can just specify non-lethal attacks, can't you?
Yeah, this is 4th edition.
Yeah.
You just say I'm not actually trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Is that
does
for
that count for magic as well?
Yes.
It accounts for
Yeah.
any attack.
Even ones where it really shouldn't.
I could theoretically get hit, immediately cause them to burst into flames, and then fall unconscious as a result of the terror from doing so.
Like, for example, another game that Spite runs called Zeitgeist. My character has a shotgun.
That he can non-lethally kill people with.
Yes.
I'm just imagining it as you shooting various chunks off the surrounding, and the chunk just flies past and hits the guy in the head. That's how I'm visualizing it every time.
I'm deliberately never using non-lethal with it because it's fucking stupid.
I have considered house ruling that out, but I really don't care enough.
You can totally non-lethally use a shotgun.
Okay, I'm going to target the Magus with a magic missile then non-lethally.
Okay.
Like, it's closer to a blunderbuss.
And now he's unconscious. I would like to use an encounter power to... once per encounter, I can cast Magic Missile as a minor action. So I'm going to cast Magic Missile on the Prowler.
Alright.
Again, non-lethally.
Non-lethally on a minion.
Hey, maybe he knows something. And if not, I can, get satisfaction by executing them myself later. Diviath is not happy.
Alright. War crime.
It's not a war crime if we're not at war.
No, well, I suppose. What's the rulings in Fantasy Guantanamo Bay? These guys sound like...
Diviath comes from a culture where it's literally just, whoever is the strongest is right. End of story.
I feel like our resident lawyer could explain this one for us.
Well, these guys probably count as non-localized combatants of somewhere, but we don't know where.
Probably.
I think generally when we do torture stuff, it's usually like a fade to black.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. Probably could just spelling that out, so everyone's on the same page.
No worries. Fair enough.
Right, while you guys were talking, Sundancer swiftly disposed of the imp.
Alright.
Would anyone mind if JP has the first crack of trying to get info out of the Magus? Because I think that a skeleton holding a pen and clipboard is probably one of the scarier things he's going to come across.
Good cup, bad cup?
Diviath is going to be standing right next to you the whole time.
But yeah, how do you think about good cup, bad cup?
So which one are you guys leaving alive? The Magus? Killing the others?
I think it's Magus and maybe the Prowler.
Okay.
Prowler is unconscious. You can do what you want with him.
And did you kill the imp, Sundancer?
Yes. I killed it dead.
Killed it dead.
Good.
I think I'm
There's
going
no
to be
talking
good
with
cup
kids.
on the Magus.
Now, the combat is over. I'm going to go around through the people that need to make saves, however, to make their saves. So Nazreem, make your saving throw.
Yep.
For some reason you took that twice. That shouldn't have happened.
Because it's necrotic and the poison.
It's 2 different damages. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, he's not having a great day.
Ow.
Like usual.
Okay, so which one's that for?
Well, the first one, so probably the grant combat advantage and
Sweet.
necrotic.
All right, and next one. Sweet, that one's gone too.
Ooh.
Okay, everyone else is fine. Cool. So combat comes to a close.
Cool, I'm going to spin a healing surge.
Does this count as a short rest?
You guys can take a short rest, yes. I will click the button.
Okay.
Yay.
Probably while waiting for them to wake up.
You've also reached a milestone. This is your second encounter.
Yay.
Yay.
Now, I believe that I need to spend healing surges until I'm above bloodied. That is the rule, correct?
Why does it seem like I have 2 action points?
I've never heard that rule before in my life.
If you haven't, did you use an action point?
Yeah?
Nope.
Ah.
If you haven't used an action point, you would get 2. But
Yeah, you'd have 2.
did you click I use an action point in your combat?
Yes. Oh, right. I forgot you have to both click on AP used and under action point.
Oh, you don't even need to worry about APUs. That means nothing. The one in the powers is the important one, so just click that.
Okay.
Yeah.
AP used is just a visual notifier for yourself, just if you want to.
Oh,
My bad.
oops. So yeah, let me go ahead and click mine. But I've got another one.
I've never heard that you have to spend healing surges to get not bloodied. It is entirely up to you to spend healing surges.
Well, I've used them all anyway, but I was just asking if that was a thing that we were doing.
No, I think that would be a home rule. There's nothing in it about nothing in short rests about that. I've never done that.
About what?
Having to heal yourself up at least to bloody.
That might have been a different edition. I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to. No. But you can. You can spend as many healing surges as you'd like.
Yeah.
So Divyath is out of healing surges.
Divyath has been brought to death twice in like one day.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's not having a great day.
I mean, he's pissed. Like, really, really pissed.
You tend to get over it after a while.
I'm sure he will, but he's still like a kid. He's like 100 years old, which is really young for a Ledrin.
I'm just saying, death grows on you after a while.
You get used to it.
Last encounter, so she just kind of puts her sword away, puts her shield away, goes over, starts checking on people, checks on into Dao'n, make sure he's okay.
Into Dao's, it's fine. And he basically gushes over how well you guys are able to deal with these who attacked. And he says, these look like the same clans that attacked our group, but I don't know, not as many. Perhaps we took some of them down, but the leader on the horse that was there, I don't see them around.
I'm going to take a diplomatic approach with the mages.
Yeah, shall we? I'll see what this person knows.
I'm always down for bad cop.
Hi, buddy.
Of course you are.
Shot me.
Okay, so the first thing you guys notice about this person is that it is a guy. There's a guy wearing the military insignia of Sudan. That's not a thing. That doesn't actually happen. Unless Sudan has decided to change everything about their military, this is not a Sudanite. When you start to question him, however, both of them, remain fairly tight-lipped. What approaches are you guys going to use in terms of diplomacy, intimidate, which will cover, aggressive
Diplomacy.
interrogation? Yeah, diplomacy is
We'll
more.
start with we'll start with diplomacy. If that doesn't work, then I will threaten to beat him into like an inch of his life again.
Okay, I'm going to go for a skill challenge here. So we're just going to start around. You guys can roll initiative again, and we'll start a skill challenge.
Hey, I'm not last.
Okay, so Sundancer, what are you doing to help these investigative matters? Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna start by asking them very nicely why they're wearing Sedan's military insignia and why they attacked us. Just your friendly neighborhood pixie style. Just try and use diplomacy on them.
He looks around confused and waits for you to roll diplomacy.
It says here I have lost connection to the server.
Do you want me to just roll it for you?
Yeah, could you roll it for me, please?
Sweet. Okay, you rolled a 19.
It's kind of important. How much?
A total of 19.
Okay, and that is it for me.
Okay.
Because remember, I can do this if any of you don't like the result.
Oh yeah. So you rolled an 8 on the die, a total of 19. Do you dislike that result? Would you like to re-roll that, Sundancer?
No, I like it very much.
Sweet. Good, because it's a success anyway. Yeah, he starts to look confused, and you see him looking to the other one, and sort of giving him a "what the fuck do we do now" face. And he starts to bluster. I don't know what this paint. I don't. And you know, he's softening up a bit, I guess. Certainly not giving you any convincing lies. Kinnick, what have you done?
Oh, me already? Holy shit. Did I actually roll good?
Yeah, you rolled.
Roll better than everyone else.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. So, basically angling for an insight roll here. So, let me think. I can see that, like, these guys are obviously freaking out. They... Oh, wait, what? Okay, I disconnected or something happened. Script error, what the hell?
Yeah, I got that one too.
Ooh.
Huh.
Can you guys copy the script error into Discord for me? Copy to clipboard and send it to me if they pop up.
I didn't get one.
SMB good, all good here.
We have
Yeah.
yet to get one.
Yeah, yes. Though it seems like it's still connected.
The error disappeared before I could do anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, same here.
Oh well.
Okay, anyway.
I'm reconnecting to the server now.
Okay.
Yeah, same. So let me think what tack I'm gonna take. I guess, yeah. So kind of can see that these guys are pretty much freaking out, and so she's just gonna be like, all right, look, we're just after the we're just interested in the people who sent you here. We really know, you know, we really have no intention on taking any further vengeance on you, as you can see. We have little to gain from that. So yeah, she's just trying to empathize with, like, hey, you know, it's just your boss. That's really all we care about. And,
So diplomacy as well, or are you angling for maybe bluff?
I'm trying to get an insight.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Roll it. Or do you want me to roll it on your behalf?
Yeah, you can roll it on my behalf, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to connect here.
Okay. I'll roll it. Nice. 21. Okay. And this is the same person that Sundancer was working on. You're trying to sort of get in there while he's softening them up somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you start to get a bit of an idea for how to convince this person maybe to, maybe he's not all that loyal to his boss. Maybe what he signed up for wasn't quite this, and he almost lets slip. He basically says something to the effect of, they never told us why we had to wear these, and then the other one sort of stares daggers at him, and he stops, and he just sort of whispers under his breath, "These insignias, they're not ours." All right, Karen, you're up.
Well, Mr. What was your name again?
My name?
Yes.
Robinson.
Well, Robinson, under Cardassian wartime law, I have enough influence to make your imprisonment stay rather amicable if you give us enough information.
All right, and you're trying to roll
Diplomacy.
Okay, roll it.
Can I assist in this role?
Not
For reasons, no.
not in a
Oh.
skill challenge. You'll have
Okay.
your own. I mean, you're assisting in the task completely, but that's represented by your role in the skill challenge.
Okay.
So, if you cooperate with us, giving us as much information as you can, no matter how insignificant it could seem. For example, who your commanding officer is, pretty much any information like where your base is, anything. It would be greatly appreciated and would help your prison sentence immensely. And I'm picking the first one.
All right. So that's using your encounter thing.
No, Courtier just rolls twice in diplomacy.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, this is another success towards getting him to talk, and between the two of them, he start like, I've got to say something. And the other one's just trying to get him to shut up, but it seems very obviously like he's failing. He's pretty close to cracking right now. Diviath, you're up.
Okay, I would like to use one of my powers to help with this. It's called Spook, and it allows me for a single Intimidate roll to use my Arcana skill instead of my Intimidate skill.
Okay.
So everyone's been trying to be all nice, and you're just gonna like conjure up a bunch of shades and go like booga booga booga.
Trust me, it's gonna get real weird at the end.
He's gonna walk up. He's gonna crouch down in front of them, and he's going to call the shadows around him. They wrap around him, and he's going to say, "The only reason that you two are still alive is that you may have information we need. If it turns out that you do not have that information, I am going to tear out your souls and set your bones dancing."
Kind of sort of gives you a look like, what the fuck, dude?
I give a thumbs up and say it's actually kind of pleasant watching them dance.
It's miserable.
Yeah, your presence is making this less useful, but
All right.
because it's not much of a threat when there's a sentient skeleton walking around.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to end up
That's
like
one of
him,
the
do you?
former victims.
But there, that's a 20.
All right. And so that's technically an Intimidate, right? Using Arcana in place of Intimidate.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. So this guy looks pretty much ready to snap. He starts whimpering, and he's just sort of starts pleading, "Oh, please, I'll tell you everything I know. I swear, I promise." And it's at this point the other one tries to bust out of whatever bonds you have him in, and says, "You fool! You're gonna give it all away!" But you guys are easily able to subdue him. He doesn't have a chance. But yeah, it looks like this guy is probably, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 more successes from snapping and giving you everything you need to know. JP.
I'm
I
just
feel
gonna
like I just got
probably.
skipped.
Yep.
Oh yeah, go Jared got skipped.
Oh, sorry. I thought my mistake. There you go, Gojira.
Thank you. But actually, all I'm going to do is just kind of stand off to the side and wipe the imp and mage blood off the blood of my extremely long blade while, looking sideways at both of them. And I am going to roll an intimidate check.
Okay.
Are you whistling a merry tune?
Don't worry about him. It takes him about, a few minutes to wipe the blood off his sword. It's absurdly long.
Remember that one time you spent an hour at it?
I mean, yeah, but that was the ceremonial sword, which, is about, I don't know, like 3 feet long? Because, would you say it's 3 feet longer?
The ceremonial? No. The ceremonial sword is actually smaller.
Really? I thought it was longer.
No. Actually, we use the longer ones to decapitate horses.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And you just hear, "Oh God!" And that's another success. Alright, JP. This man is a quivering mess.
All right. I'm just gonna give them. Well, I guess I'm always smiling, but I'm gonna give them my big toothy grin and say, "So, do you know what an attorney is?" So, I'll just give you a hint now. I happen to be one, and as you can tell, I've had a very, very long time to get very good at it. All these other ones here have basically told you what we want from you, so I suggest you go along with their plan before you find out just what an attorney can do. And I guess another intimidate. Sort of
So thought you
saying
were
this
like
all in
on
sort of a very
diplomacy.
fake, pleasant voice.
I have an important question.
Yes.
What prop is JP Debtors using to replicate the lip smacking sound?
An imp.
Good question.
It's a small pocket watch that you just click so put it over.
Or he's got a very dexterous tongue.
Perfect.
Does he have a tongue?
Yeah, I don't think he has it. Actually, I haven't really given this much thought.
Yeah, you'll have to get back to us on that one. Oh dear. Alright. So at this point, the guy who's trying to not speak is starting to shout over the one who's a quivering mess. And he just said, "Can't you see? Can't you see? You're breaking him! Give him a chance to tell you what he knows, or at least put him out of his misery."
Okay.
Diviath makes note of what he just said.
And Nazreem?
Alright, well, I'm gonna very carefully hit the Prowler. And then while he's recovering from me backhanding across the face, just sort of point at something. Point at the original Prowler who was lying there and is currently on fire. And then point at the other Prowler who is on fire. And basically say, yeah, okay, so first of all, I just want to be clear, I did that. Those two are on fire because of me. But here's the thing. You see this, and I'm just going to show him my holy symbol, which is a small jade scroll case. This means that I'm a Justicar-elect of Hycanthid. We don't like Sidonians. So if you don't tell us what we need to know, I'm going to have both of you dragged to Hycanthid, imprisoned, and basically dealt with. This is not an intimidation check, by the way. This is a bluff. I can't do this.
Yep, go ahead, roll bluff. Alright, that's the last success. That's the one we need. He laughed, and he says, "You hate Sidonites? Well, you're not the only one, are you?" And this guy, not being the one who's all delirious and horrible, just seems to twitch his neck sideways and
Oh no.
falls limp dead. The one who's bawling starts crying even harder, and he says, "No, he's left me alone. Oh God, please, you have to let me live. I can't do it. You can't send me back. They'll rebody me.
Rebody?
I can't handle that again."
Wait, what was that? Look, we have the power to help you. Just please take a deep breath and tell us what we can do for you.
They hired us. They made us do it. They made us put this shit on. And he like grabs the front of his clothes. They made us do it. We had no choice. They would have killed us anyway.
A name, please.
I don't know their name. I just know. I know they're Farons.
Okay.
They're what?
Fair.
Farons.
Farron.
Yep. Sooner or later, it is always about sea-dotted Farron. Oh,
Remind me, Faerun did show up to the thing, right?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
So should we drag this one back to the council? I'm sure everyone there will probably have questions for him too.
He starts
Well-
protesting. No, please, you can't send me back. You've got to let me go.
I'm going to walk over and kick him
Hang on.
and say it's either that or the silver houses. Believe me, you do not want the silver houses.
Just starts sobbing
Sorry, no,
quietly.
hang on one second. Back, we're just going to the gathering. Did you come from there?
Yes.
I mean, one assumes.
This guy. Did he say back? Did I say back for him?
Yeah.
I meant to say you can't take me there. I'm sorry, not back. That was very misleading. That was me as a
That's fine.
fuck up, not him as a fuck up.
And why can't we take you back?
Well, there.
They'll. I can't handle it. Please, I'll live a good life. Just let me go.
Look, they're okay. They're
If you're under duress, you have access to the finest legal counsel available.
That's
we
JP Dennis right over there.
Yeah. So
we can get you into like a witness protection program. You just spill the beans on those above you. We can make sure you get looked after. Okay.
I think we killed the people up his chain of command. Really.
the thing about
There's still a horse lady.
What, you think he answered to the imps? That'd be weird.
Not the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So, anyone else wondering why he's really concerned about there? I mean, there's no Farons at the council meeting.
Sorry, do you have a robotic goat bleating in your background or something?
Sorry, yeah, laptop fan. Sorry, man.
Okay,
Well, it's
right,
probably because
so-
he's afraid they're going to execute him. But if we don't drag him back, I'm going to execute him, so...
Oh yeah, by the way, everything Karen said to him was a lie.
I assumed as well.
Yeah, duh.
Right.
Yeah,
Anyway, the thing about there,
I mean,
and kind of claps a hand on the guy's shoulder, is that there is just a collection of delegates. We are most of the delegates. You'll be fine.
He sort of calms down at that and he says, "You're not gonna take me to the cities?
We're not. This,
I'm not gonna go to Kraut or whatever court, whatever that skeleton keeps talking about."
I mean,
I don't know.
I got
what
bad
this
news
is
for
talking
you.
about any more than you do, but like kind of looks over and gestures to Divyath. She's like, but we don't just let the wizards drag people off to their weird experiments. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be part of those experiments. Seriously, I've had people go missing. It's not fun.
As I said, we don't.
Yes, people and missing.
Well, I guess you promise no harm will come to me. I didn't mean to attack. I was just.
Was an accident.
No, I mean I meant to. I didn't want.
Wait, hang on. Did you just say rebody?
He shakes his head. No.
Oh.
Yes, you did.
You must have misheard me. Perhaps your interrogation sent me insane.
I keep staring.
Come on, do we have to go through all this rigmarole again? Let's just cut to the chase, alright?
He shakes his head. You wouldn't understand.
I have a sneaky suspicion you might be insane already.
There's a literal skeleton next to
Yeah, I was about to say, you're talking to a several century-year-old skeleton wearing a suit. Try me.
Yeah, at this point I'm having the weirdest day. I will believe anything.
He doesn't spill, and just in the interest of time, any amount of trying to get him to, he withstands to the point where you would potentially be able to go as far as killing him, and this he wouldn't break.
Pity we don't have any mind control.
Oh, trust me, that can probably be arranged.
You are going to an incredibly powerful psionic group.
I meant like high-level mind control that they have to do the spirit of what you say, not just the literal stuff.
Well, I don't know why we can't take him to the meeting. I mean, there's, what is it? Zayzat? What's his name there?
Bebe?
Bebe. I mean, that'd probably be up his/her alley. Is it
I'm not sure they have genders, but yes.
Well, Veve's not a shard mind.
Yeah, I remember that much. Alright, so you guys do head back into Dao. Tries talking with the man on the trip as well. Trying to eke out why they attacked the Dao delegation. And he doesn't get a whole lot of progress. But one other thing that is mentioned on the journey is that he basically mentions on the slide it's not just Feyre that wanted this.
Yeah, I can think of a couple of other nations that want it too.
So as you guys get back to So'en, while you've been absent, an unexpected envoy has arrived at the gathering. As you arrive at the gates, you're informed that an envoy from Dao'n has arrived. And in your absence, since they were accused of attacking the Dao envoy by the survivor, they have been requested to remain as prisoners of Raktar while they're at the gathering.
So, just to set the record straight, about how much time has passed since we've been gone?
About a day and a half. It was
okay.
Yeah, most of a day's ride there and back, or like there and then the same again back.
Why Raktar, may I ask? This is
Raktar was the group
territory, isn't it?
Yes, but So'en doesn't have a military force to speak of.
So, Raktar bought guards.
Yeah, Raktar were the ones that elected to stay and protect the camp, so they have basically stayed doing that for the day and a half you've been gone, and we're the ones responsible for imprisoning the Sedan group.
Who's in the envoy?
Who's in the what, sorry?
Who's in the Sedan envoy?
You can go and find out. just before you do, you guys are told by Veve that the Sedanites were or seemed surprised at the allegations. But what was even more surprising was rather than fight about it, they agreed to stay here under lock and key until the return of you guys. Veve suggests that perhaps this speaks somewhat to their innocence in light of the information you have gathered. So you
And
guys...
besides,
Yeah,
it would make sense for their former allies to throw them under the bus like this.
Absolutely. So are you guys going to go and just straight away talk to the Sedan group? Veve asks who this man is that you've brought back and what you intend to do with him.
A witness. Like, are we still in the same room or like hearing distance from her?
You can be. You can remove yourself if you want to hide something from him.
Deviath goes and just puts him in the corner and says, "Stand here."
He stands there. I assume you've roped or chained him or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Rope. It's really
Someone else did. Deviath doesn't know knots.
So yeah, I'm gonna request counsel with Veve.
You're going to request what, sorry?
Counsel with Veve.
Okay. He comes over and says yes. What is it you wish to discuss?
In semi-private.
Yep. He moves out of earshot.
So, if at all possible, I would like you to send a message to Caresses as soon as possible to get our interrogators here.
He looks at you and he says, I'm afraid I can spare not the manpower to send messengers out. Did you perhaps come with anyone you wish to send? Most of our people are busy either not here or busy holding this place, and he gestures to the buildings which are all being held together by the so-and-seen group. And he says,
What is that ritual called
We
again?
could send one of our envoys out, couldn't we?
yeah, you guys, some of you came with people. You can certainly send them to your respective
Like,
nations.
since the country of Cadassus is a pretty magic-heavy country, I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck this ritual is called.
The sending ritual,
Maybe?
like a long-range message.
Yeah.
I didn't take it. I should have, but
There's true sending, but that's level 20. There's sending, which you need to make a pretty high Arcana check to go that far. It's 10 to 19 is 100 miles, 20 to 29 is 500 miles.
Bummer.
You can,
I can spare horsemen.
yeah, you can send
And
people.
I'm guessing they don't have a teleport circle.
No, they don't. They don't sustain one here. That's why everyone had to travel on foot. So Unseen doesn't tend to have a proper city or any proper
So
locations.
they're more nomads.
Yeah, very remote as a culture. So yeah, you can organize to send someone if you like. Just type it into chat.
I'm
if you
gonna
want to send
send
someone.
one of my envoys.
Cool. And anyone else that wants to as well, chuck it into chat, just so I know. In the time being, as you guys head to the Sidon cohort, you find 7 women, one of whom identifies herself as what was the name? I've lost it. So she identifies herself as Leda Marsden, the daughter of the general and current, basically reigning lord of Sidon. And her 6 soldiers with her are basically her escort. And so they're like that. They're cool.
You weep.
Damn, Skippy.
I feel like that's from something.
And that's her on the right.
Kind of get it like a Secret World kind of vibe from the art style. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's the daughter of Laurie Marsden then?
Yes. Or at least that's who she introduces herself as.
Would I know them?
You would know Laurie Marsden if you are familiar with Dao'n at all.
Yeah.
And you would probably, you wouldn't even need to roll. You'd know that she's had a number of sons and daughters, and it is not unlikely that they would have their children trained to fight. Dao'n itself is a very, not violent, but very war-focused nation. Oh, it's fucking violent as shit.
Militaristic.
Militaristic, yeah. She bows in return as well, and I'm assuming each of you who are coming introducing yourself as well.
Yes.
That's one way of putting it.
Inter also introduces himself, and she says, "So you're the man that I'm accused of attacking and killing." And he nods, and he turns to each of you and says, "This is not the woman I saw on horseback when we were attacked. That much I can vouch to you." And she looks you over and she says, "Well, of course I'm not the woman that attacked you. Why would I come here and turn myself in if my goal was to kill the Dao?"
Oh, trust me. I was sure there was a false flag from the beginning.
Maybe your goal wasn't to kill the Dao.
She smiles. "Oh, my goal isn't to kill the Dao.
Maybe
what
you
do you-
think we're really, really, really dumb, which is possible, admittedly, but we're not that stupid.
She smiles. "There are a lot of dumb people around. I wouldn't go so far as to accuse you, at least not yet. It all depends on what we do from here. Are you going to release us?"
Of course. We've confirmed that it was a false flag operation.
She nods. "And did you find out why? Why they chose to implicate us?"
We will get more information in time, but for now it seems to be Pharaon that is behind it.
She
Possibly. Pharaoh.
Thanks for that one. Ongoing
I mean-
investigation. We're not really supposed to say things like that.
Also,
Well,
if they introduce themselves to that idiot as being from Faerun, there's a good chance they're just lying to him in case he got captured.
Are we able to tell where the original guy came from?
We will in time.
So the guy who you interrogated, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry, that's what it's meaning.
The guy currently standing in the corner facing the wall.
Yeah. No, you've been unable to glean where he came from originally, but you know, or you've gotten from him that it was Feyre behind the attack. So
Should we mention that he talked something about rebodying or something too?
No.
Nope.
How about we don't mention it in front of a supposed prisoner?
I have absolutely no idea who we should trust, so I'm just going to say trust absolutely no one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention it, but I did give my envoy that information.
We also don't
Because
have a ton of
someone's-
clues other than just like going to the Feyre gates and like knocking on them and going, "Hey, did you send out a group of soldiers to cosplay lately?" Like, yeah, we just don't have a lot to go on at the moment, so we may need her help.
Yeah, like I guess my take on it is like we're all envoys here, right? Like I'm sure some people have some other shit going on, but I mean, like, it, I guess I'm not sure if we should be, randomly deciding, who to give out information and who not to.
Right. The
Like
whole
we've all
point of
just
this
met
whole
each other as well. Like, how do I know that? Like, how do we know that? Like, some of the people in our party aren't like part of this. Kind of seems like I guess like we should be letting everybody all have the same knowledge and kind of see who gets nervous maybe and who doesn't.
I
I
very
just
much agree.
I just don't see the point in like keeping secrets. If anything, all that's going to do is create tensions where in some cases they may not have needed to have been.
While you guys have been discussing amongst yourselves out of earshot of the others, which I'm assuming you don't for now, the Sidon leader, she calls out, "Are you going to release us? We stayed here to await your return, so you could exonerate us from the accused crimes. The man who we are
He
accusing."
said, yes.
Thank you.
Do what you want. I don't care.
Do you simply wish to leave, or would you like to talk to your supposed underling yourself?
No, we came here to take part in the talks, take part in the treaties.
Good.
We were willing to overlook the embarrassment that you have imposed on us as just merely difficulty due to our uneasy history with a lot of your nations.
You mean that time you tried to invade us, or that other time when you tried to invade us?
I'll put my hand up and say, but now, let's
can,
just try and nip this all in the bud, okay? We're here to talk, not.
You're gonna feel an elbow in your.
Leader does nod to you though and says, "I am aware that we have caused much harm in the past. But it is in the interest of Sidon, and hopefully in the interest of each of you and your gathered nations, for the future to be not rooted in more war. To bring peace, as best as we can, to all of Halingh. Sidon needs this. You need this."
All right, so Sundancer is gonna fly over with the key. That's pretty big. It's like almost his size. he's trying to open the cell door.
I'm gonna give him a hand with Mage Hand, but I'm gonna make it look like he's, I'm gonna try and be subtle, give her make her feel. Sorry, you're Sundancer. You're a male fairy, aren't you?
Yep.
Sorry, him. Feeling like I'm really messing up all the genders in this game. Yes, so I'll be helping you out subtly with Mage Hand.
Okay. Now, the door opens. Leader steps out. Her entourage steps out as well. And I think we're going to end there. Yeah, I think we'll call there. As all of the nations now that are intending to take part in these peace talks are gathered. No one is dead, thankfully, other than some of Dao's entourage, who are either dead or missing. And all of the expected nations, plus one unexpected nation, are ready to begin the peace talks in earnest. Leader informs you all that she has some information that should be shared with everyone gathered, because the information she carries will make, it should inform the decisions everyone has to make. And yeah,
Alright, sweet.
we'll end there. It's about 20 minutes till the end, but I don't want to start all of the major talks.
Yeah.
just at the end. So we'll leave that to next session.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, good.
Um,
Right.